Rescuers in Morocco are racing against the clock to find survivors in rubble and reach isolated communities after Friday's earthquake. Now, we also have seen that according to the state media, more than 2,600 people have been killed and 2,500 injured, and authorities warn that the death toll is still expected to rise.
Now, the quake is the strongest to hit the nation's center in more than a century, and the worst destruction has been in isolated mountain areas, which of course are difficult to access, while rescuers are unable to retrieve bodies from the rubble. The epicenter is not far from the popular tourist and economic hub Marrakech. There, of course, are reports that many residents slept on the streets, too afraid to return to their homes, and historic sites have also been damaged. Now, Karima Rhanem is the president, International Center for Diplomacy, Morocco, and she joins us live from Lebanon. Good morning, and thanks for your time, Karima.
Good morning.
Great to have you. Quickly, of course, it was a really, really heartbreaking story from Morocco. This took place on Friday night, I believe. Can you share with us, what the current situation is like? The death toll, of course, reportedly continues to rise.
Yes, definitely. Well, first of all, before talking about the death toll in Morocco, I would like to express my condolences to our sister country, Libya, which known massive floods killing more than 2,000 people. So we're sharing sympathy with our brothers and sisters in Libya. Actually, the rescue team are doing great efforts, whether Moroccan rescue team or the rescue teams that just landed yesterday night in Morocco, mainly Spanish, Qatari, and also the UK team, which arrived to help a Moroccan rescue team with the hope of finding survivors in this deadly earthquake, which impacted more specifically the Marrakech Safi region and principally the House provinces. Actually, there are a lot of challenges because, first of all, the weather condition is not good at the time. At the same time, because of the deadly earthquake and because the areas are mountainous areas, the earthquake caused the fall of huge and massive stones, which made the rescue team mission very, very difficult. But yesterday, the officials and the local authorities, with the help of experts and technicians, have managed to free some of the roads so that they can, reach out to these villages. Also, our Royal Armed Forces are using helicopters to transfer medical supplies and also food in those regions. The death toll, unfortunately, is increasing every 3 to 4 hours. We hear an increase of the death toll. The latest official death toll is more than 2,800 deaths. So today, all Moroccans are mobilized, to provide humanitarian assistance, and we saw great, big solidarity from the Moroccans themselves, who are working day and night to provide health and shelter. And the officials have set already a military hospital, and that Morocco had experience in many African countries setting military hospitals, field hospitals. So basically today the most urgent needs are providing shelters for those who lost their houses, and there are 100,000 of people who lost their houses. There are certain villages who have vanished completely with no survivor, and we're still having hope to rescue more people. However, the situation is critical because there are a lot of people who are in critical case. So that explains the increase of the death toll.
Very sad numbers here. 2,800 is no mean feat. And I mean, it's not something to be excited about. And unfortunately, it looks like the numbers are increasing. We've also seen that there have been aid. We've received aid from Qatar, UAE, and the UK. Morocco has gotten aid from these countries. How much impact would you say this aid has had? How much more help can Morocco get at this time?
Yes, actually, His Majesty King Mohammed VI has chaired an important meeting with the government and military and other officials to evaluate the situation on the ground, and he provided instructions to provide immediate support. One of the support that the government is actually working on is to develop an emergency support plan to rebuild the houses of the people who lost their houses on the earthquake. At the same time, take them in charge during this period through humanitarian assistance, and also through the creation of actually a special account that has been opened by Morocco in order to receive donations from volunteers, from civil society, from Moroccans, and also from outside of Morocco, in order to provide immediate support. And I would like to state an experience during coronavirus where we opened more similar account. There has been a big solidarity by the Moroccans themselves to provide support through this account, and we already started seeing institutions, even police departments and other institutions that have started sending big donations in order to help these affected population. Also, there is a mobilization by civil society organization which coordinated actions with the local authorities, more specifically NGOs who are already in the ground trying to assess the needs of these populations so that they can be more effective in providing the humanitarian aid. Now Morocco has accepted the aid of few countries, yet according to the evaluation of on the ground, it might accept also humanitarian aid or other types of assistance according to the needs from other countries. So Morocco welcomed all international all international humanitarian assistance. It did not refuse any aid, but it insisted that it's very important to coordinate international aid and also local aid, because yesterday it issued a statement where by which it manages how volunteers and civil society and all donors would be providing humanitarian assistance either through the official account, coordinating with local authorities, and also through Mohammed V Foundation for Solidarity.
Okay, I also want to know, about the Moroccan government and the people. How much faith? I know that this hasn't happened, according to reports, in more than a century. But how much faith, do the Moroccan people have in their government, to be able to come, of course, and help out in a situation like this? Post-disaster management, being able to provide aid as a government. I mean, without even if we take away the support from the international community that you're, seeking, the people, do they have faith in their government to be able to assist them at a time like this?
Well, the experience has shown in all crises that Morocco has witnessed, because this is not the first earthquake that we have seen. I mean, there was the 1960 deadly earthquake in Agadir, which killed 12,000 people, Hoceima in 2004, which killed 600 people, and we have witnessed floods and a lot of different other crises, the corona crisis. So basically, in crisis time, Moroccans from all walks of lives, and whether in Morocco and also the Moroccan diaspora, who contribute massively to provide assistance to in this time of crisis. And Corona showed the great example of how Moroccans are united for the same cause. So the same thing we have seen from the first day of the earthquake, the massive humanitarian aid that are coming from up into the north, in the north of Morocco to the south of Morocco, by civil society organization and even by individual volunteers who volunteered to go to the south of Morocco to help in finding, survivors. So I think it's not just about faith in the government, but this is part of our culture. Solidarity is part of our culture. In any crisis, I think we have managed to develop a capacity of resilience during these hard times.
All right. It's quite an unfortunate conversation to have, really. A sad story. I did see a number of stories. I read about a particular man, El Hassan Mohammed, I believe, a 59-year-old man, who was having dinner with his family, and the earthquake struck, and his 31-year-old son ran out and got trapped under the rubble. Before they could get to him, he was declared dead. How are the people of Morocco coping at this time? How are they able to, just survive, just to live in this moment? Give us a picture. I don't know if you've heard some personal stories of people who have been affected and how exactly they're able to survive in this time.
Yes, basically it's a little bit too emotional for me because all my family is in the south of Morocco, and more specifically in the area where the earthquake happened. And I was in Rabat when the earthquake happened, and we felt it so strong. And it was a very, very scary night. So we spent the night in the street. So I just can't imagine how people who were close to the epicenter, were feeling. And we have seen a lot of very difficult to understand stories from the people who lost all their families. And there have been villages who have completely been vanished, and also, people who were trying to hardly to survive. So it's a very, very difficult time, and the people at the villages are the most affected. Sorry.
So sorry.
People at the villages are the most affected, and seeing images of fathers and mothers who lost everything, trying to find a place to bury their family, these are very, very strong images. I mean, it's very difficult to recount those stories. I mean, I think this is a very, very critical time, and I think our role, and not just the government, but also from civil society, is to provide psychological support to those affected by the earthquake, because I think we've been living this post-earthquake for so many months, and I know how it feels because I witnessed Turkey earthquake. So it's very, very hard time. I mean, you survive it, after a long time. It's not something that is easy.
Karima, Rhanem,
really heartbreaking.
I mean, we're really sorry. It's such a heartbreaking time. We haven't witnessed this, and we can imagine just how painful it would be. But you've had to witness it, not just in Turkey, but also with your loved ones in Morocco. So our thoughts and our prayers are with you. And we hope that the people of Morocco can get through this difficult time and that this doesn't occur again. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you so much.